How's it going, everybody? This is Doug from Fanatik Bike Co. Standing here next to Hannah Bergemann, Bellingham local and Transition employee and rider. We've got her new Carbon Sentinel here. This thing was just released a couple days ago and saw some sweet new updates from the V1 Sentinel, which was a very popular bike. So what kind of updates are we seeing here, Hannah, on your new bike?
Yeah, so for the V2 Sentinel, the most obvious is the new frame shape and design, which you can see looks quite a bit sharper due to a new carbon molding process that we're using. In addition to that, we've got a few geometry tweaks, about a ½ degree slacker head tube angle at 63.5 degrees, about a ½ degree steeper seat tube angle, and then a little bit longer chain stays at about 440 millimeters, and an updated suspension platform.
Sweet. Yeah, so the seat tube angle, that's kind of around 77 degrees there, putting you in a nice, comfortable pedaling position for longer days in the saddle. That's pretty rad. I see you've got a coil on this bike. I know a lot of people wanted to run a coil on the previous Sentinel, so it looks like now that's a thing.
Yeah, totally. So with an updated suspension platform, we increase the progressivity of the bike, as well as making it have a more linear rate of change throughout the travel. So it translates to a nice, supple, soft feel off the top, a consistent feel throughout the travel, and then more bottom-out control.
Sweet. This is perfect for the kind of terrain and trails we have here in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, this looks like a rad bike. You've got some pretty sweet parts on it as well, pretty unique custom build, and being Fanatik custom is our specialty. So let's talk about some of what you have on your bike here. What are some of your standout parts here?
This is my personal custom build. I got a SRAM RockShox build with the Super Deluxe coil shock, the Lyric Ultimate fork with the updated debonair spring. We got the SRAM Axis electronic drivetrain. I have a 200 millimeter reverb, which is super sweet because I have long legs and I appreciate the increased drop from the seat post. And also I have some Code RSC brakes for all the stopping power.
Pretty awesome build. Yeah. One thing we should also mention too is the previous Sentinel was a 140 millimeter rear travel bike. We're now seeing a bump up to 150 in the rear, just giving you a little bit more in the back there, which is rad. I think people will really appreciate that. I can see this as being, a great bike for a race season if we ever have one. What kind of riding do you like to do on this thing? Is this your everyday bike, or do you kind of have it specific for one thing than the other?
I think the V2 Sentinel is best described as my kind of do-everything bike. My kind of ideal style of riding is pedal from my house, and usually that means cruising on some mellow trails out to where I can access some gnarlier, steeper terrain. So
excellent.
The bike kind of handles up everything. It doesn't hold me back on big techie climbs or charging descents.
Totally. And I see it's also got that sweet new chainstay protector like you've seen on the new Scout, just keeping that thing quiet, and it looks really clean, kind of built into the chainstay there. Another thing, I see you've got the Tenant Pedals on there, another local Bellingham company owned by our buddy Tyler. We did a sweet video with him kind of talking about the background of his company and how we got started. Let's go ahead and check that out. Yeah,
I've got some We Are One rims laced to some I9 hubs, and We Are One is a somewhat local company. They're based up in Kamloops.
Everything's made up there in Kamloops as well. You see a lot of those We Are One wheels with the i9 hubs, pretty killer combo.
Yeah.
So all around, this looks like a pretty awesome build. I'm excited to get out on the trails with Hannah and get some riding in. She's obviously got a cast on her arm, so we can't do that right now, but looking forward to that sooner than later. So we have the new Sentinel loaded up in our visual bike builder. You can go on there and build some pretty sweet custom bikes. Custom is our specialty here at Fanatik, so go ahead and check that out. If you have any questions about any of these products, any of these bikes, give us a call or email. My coworker Rich will get back to you, and you can email us at sales@fanatikbike.com. Hannah, thanks again for your time coming out here and talking about this with me, and hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you guys out on the trails.